Okay, this is a fun question. Very simple one. Hey, Mort, do you like how the bag size changes are impacting the game thus far? Okay, so this is a tricky question because first off, when we talk about the bag size changes, one of the things that comes up, and this happened even during development, is a lot of people will attribute things to the bag size that have nothing to do with the bag size. I didn't hit my carry. Must be the bag size's fault. No, you just didn't hit. We've seen many games on stream where it's like, yeah, I didn't hit my RE2 on my roll down, but it had nothing to do with the bag sizes. I wasn't contested. I just didn't hit. That's how random distribution works. So one of the things we have to be careful with is to stop talking about the bag size. Like, basically, the bag size has become this thing people point to when they didn't hit. And it's dumb. And I hate it. So it makes it really hard to have good conversations about the bag size changes. That being said, let's talk about the actual impact and things it did do. One of the things it did do was, you'd get those screenshots from people on Reddit that would be like, top 4 all played this comp and all top 4 game balance is bad, right? Because it's a draft game, and if 4 people are all playing the same comp, they're supposed to do worse, but the reality is it didn't matter because the bag sizes were not that small, and we're seeing less of those screenshots. So if TFT is supposed to be a draft game, the bag size changes are doing their job. We're definitely seeing a lot less of, I saw 4 people all playing RE Sentinel, and they all top forward. Good. That's a good thing. So, again, if TFT is supposed to be a draft game, the bag change did their job. The other thing is that we have data. The other thing the bag size changes were trying to do was lower the number of 3-star 4 costs and 5 costs. And we have data that proves that that worked. We got them down to the numbers we wanted to, because if 3-star 4 and 5 costs are rare, we can keep them exciting and strong, and that's been good. We can do that. Cool. So, again, to the goal, it's been working. I actually had a game with 3 RE top 4. Yeah, you had 3, not 4. So, it's helping. But that's why that goes back to that original question of, is TFT supposed to even be a draft game? That's the more interesting discussion, right? Because if it is, I think the bag size changes have been successful. But it's very clear there are a lot of casual players that want to log in, force RE, and be told that's fine. And they don't want to or another really good example is let's say you start the game and the first thing in your shop is an Annie headliner and 3 Annies. And you get a Shojin. The game is basically saying, you should play Annie, right? And you're like, cool, I'm going to adapt and I'm going to play Annie. But what you don't know is someone else in the game also had the exact same thing. And now, all of a sudden, you're both at a disadvantage for something that neither of you had control over, right? Someone said, yeah, just scout dentage. Yeah, it's like, because 2 of you happened to pick Annie, you're now just worse off for no reason. What's the play? Is one of you supposed to pivot? Not really. The game's kind of telling you, right? And so this is the kind of fundamental discussion that TFT's at a crossroads to really figure out. And so, and again, that has nothing to do with bag size changes. That was true before the bag size changes. It's just now they're a little bit more impactful. So again, if TFT is a draft game, bag size change is good. But is TFT a draft game? Question mark. Big question mark. So, because if it's not a draft game, then there's just 8 Annie players. Because Annie's OP. But no, Annie's not OP. That was a joke.